like each year you've got a new project going. Talk about this newest one. It seems like it costs you a lot of money because you get a lot of double-doubles.
Yeah, it's called the Tina Charles Heart of Hope Foundation, and basically its mission is to provide automatic external defibrillators, aka AEDs, to schools and rec centers and other institutions across the U.S. I started it just reading an article on Wes Leonard on ESPN. He was a high school basketball player out of Michigan, and in the state of Michigan, they don't have a law where it's required to have an AED in an institution. So he was struck by sudden cardiac arrest, and he passed away. And I was inspired, so I donated 5 AEDs to the Wes Leonard Heart Team that his parents started, and I donated 5 AEDs to the New York Department of Education. And from then, when my aunt passed away March 9th, Maureen Vaz, I got inspired, and I wanted something that can live on her legacy, and just the way she was able to impact people anytime, if anybody came across her. So her nickname was Hopi, so that's why it's called the Heart of Hope Foundation, because it's just mirroring her. The work that I'm doing through this foundation is just mirroring how she was as a person, just trying to impact and save people's lives. And the website is there, and it's called hopiesheart.org, HOPEYSHEEART.org. So I'm excited about it.
Just put that on your Tina, just so it doesn't scrape on your shirt. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I mean, that's, it kind of blows my mind that there's not AEDs everywhere because they're not super expensive. Are you kind of surprised that, we seem to be kind of behind in this whole thing? Yeah,
there's different states that require the law, like New York. There's different states that don't have the law in. Through my foundation, it will basically have an AED grant program. And what schools and other institutions can do, they can submit an essay through my website, and my board members will review them. It's going to be based on a quarter system, and if we select that school or other institution, they will be rewarded an AED.
Do you get more satisfaction out of winning basketball games and having winning seasons, or doing this kind of work?
I'm kind of in between because, I've been very successful throughout my career, just winning 2 national championships, coming up short last year, but just do everything individually. But right now, like, basketball is what I do, it's not who I am, and I'm figuring out that, success isn't based on wealth, but it's based on your way of being able to impact somebody's life positively. And I know that God gives you what you need so you can give others what they need, and I'm just trying to carry out His will, and that's what I'm doing through basketball.
And has it been easier with the more success you've had to kind of branch out? And this seems like it's not something that just turns on in you. It seems like it's probably been with you forever. But
oh yeah, I've been the same way. Just through close family and friends, just the people I have around me has basically helped me be the person that I am. The mistakes I've made, being able to learn from it. Just having a discerning heart, my walk in faith with Christ and everything. So.
Are you afraid to talk about that? Your walk with Christ and your faith? I mean, sometimes that comes up and people are like, "Oh, I don't want to hear about that." Poor Tim.
No, I'm not afraid to talk about it. I just have respect for everybody and their religions, as I would want somebody to have respect for my religion. So.
Okay. The school you opened last year in Africa,
mm-hmm.
How's that going? You still in touch with that?
Oh yeah, it's going great. I'm very in touch with the CEO of Build On, which is Mark Friedman. We go out to lunch in the city a lot of times, and we catch up. He lets me know. I'm still in touch with Mary Ferrano, who's the founder of Omni Peace. That's where I wanted to start with, and so we're very in touch. I get updates about the school, and I'm very excited and satisfied with it.
Yeah, you're at a point. I can remember. I'm a little older than you, a couple years, but I remember when women's sports was it was different. There weren't a lot of opportunities, and you were looked at. There's going to be labels for female athletes.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it now? Do you think it's at a good point, or do you think there's still a lot of room to grow in the opportunities that are presented to young girls and presented to you as well?
Yeah, I think just starting from when Rebecca Lobo came in, and back in '97 when the league started, and then when you had Diana Taurasi, and just people like that who paved the way. Definitely has helped it for me and my class and my generation. And now you have Brittany Griner coming in, and you have Elena Deladon and Skylar Diggins. You have people who are definitely leaving an impact on other young girls to look up to. And I think it's getting better. I think we're progressing. And, that's all you want. It's just change and just progression.
Are you happy where it is now, or how much further do you think it can go?
I think it can go further. It just matters about society. It matters how the league presents itself to everyone, and just what we're willing to take in and give out.
You don't think there's a stigma attached to the female athlete? There used to, when I was a kid growing
mm-hmm.
up, it seemed like there was a stigma attached to that, but I don't think so anymore.
No, like I said, there's change. We have a new logo now. If you're a logo woman, and so I think everybody's changing with the generation.
For you, Rookie of the Year, MVP, I mean, what else you got left to do in this league, huh?
I have to win a championship. If I can win a championship, I think I'll have everything on the mantle, and that's what I'm looking forward to.
And it's different this year. Obviously, Mike was kind of the face of this franchise here since it moved here. You know, change sometimes is hard, change sometimes is good. What do you think of the change going on here?
I think it's going to be good. I think change is always good. I think it's going to be an adjustment, especially for people who started with Coach T. But being a professional, that's what you have to do, and I'm looking forward to it.
And you have the benefit of Sue Bird, a fellow Christ the King alum, and UConn alum who played for Ann. And you guys talked a little bit about what to expect? Or?
I haven't gotten in touch with Sue, but before, even when Coach T was still here and Ann was still at Seton Hall, she would always tell me that she has nothing but best things to say about Ann and just her career that she had with her.
And what do you think about this team this year? Hungry? I mean, there's a little, no Asia this year. There's some different things going on here, but you have enough talent to get back to the conference championship and maybe take that next step?
Yeah, like I said, we have to still figure out the team. We still have spots open, and once we figure out that team and get everybody in practice and everybody discovers their role and what we need, I think we'll be fine.
So what about this young kid sitting behind me, another UConn player here?
Yeah, Kelly Farris, she's great. She's awesome. I know she's on a high right now, especially I know how it feels to leave UConn and win a national championship and then be excited by the draft and to still be at home here in Connecticut. It's really exciting.
Last thing for you, going back to the female athlete, who did you look up to as a young girl?
I looked up to Swin Cash and Lisa Leslie. Those were my favorites. I remember just looking at UConn, and when women's basketball started to come on television, I was so into Swin Cash and just everything about her. And then on the pro level, I loved Lisa Leslie and everything.
and now your way to pay it forward or pay it back is to do the foundation stuff, or how do you go about taking this as a role model kind of thing?
Yeah, you could say it's through the foundation. You could just say that, like I said, I'm not trying to say basketball is who I am. It's what I do, and who I am is what I'm doing off the court. And through basketball, it's helping me open it up to more people through basketball and just me having a status and me just using it.
Excellent.